The following program is filled with truth and facts. This program may not be suitable for the liberal-minded. Hey folks, how you doing? American Liberty Radio Live, right here on the 11th of June, 2015. How are ya? You doing good? You know, hey, what can I say? Obviously you're doing good. You put your feet on the floor this morning, I hope. And, yeah. Didn't stub your toe or anything like that. Hey, we got a lot going on. It's only going to be an hour show this morning. I usually do this in the afternoon for 2 hours, but I figured I'd, give you a treat. 1 hour show. Let me kind of give you a teaser of what's coming up. Things are changing all over the place. And certain things about this network and such are changing, but you know what? It's all good. It's all good. Trust me. Today we're going to talk about what's up with Jade Helm and why do people think there's nothing to it. I'll give you my opinion on that as well. Give you some facts behind that. Also today, a commentary on Friends. Yes, we have a bunch of them on our Friends list on Facebook, don't we? We have a huge amount of friends that seem to look at us as if we have two heads and we're from another planet. Today also I'm going to talk about 450 more troops sent to Iraq. Why? What's the agenda? Now 450 is a far cry from 1,200, right? But they just sent more troops last month, didn't they? I'm just throwing it out there. Letting you know. Just letting you know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, a lot of things happening today. A lot of things going on. Facebook drama. When do we unfriend? Have we done that? When do we unfriend? Hey, I just got a message on my Spreaker site, Open Thinking Dude Podcast. Go check that out, folks. Awesome. Go check that out. He said that, bless you, hope you're well. And he says he's doing his part as well. I will give you a virtual high five, my friend. You are awesome. So there you go. Thank you very much for those encouraging words. I appreciate that. Anybody want to send me some email? You can do that. Yes, American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. And you can also go to the website there on the Spreaker side of things. Unless you're listening to it on my website, then that would be, let me give you the long URL. It is AmericanLibertyRadio.wix, that's WIX.com/ALR network. Unless you're already there, then of course you know where it's at. Hey, I'm going to take a little break. Don't go away, folks. There's a lot more coming up. Let's figure out, let's talk about Friends, shall we? I'm going to give it a commentary first. Commentary about Friends. I had a little drama going on there on Facebook, so I'm going to talk to you about Friends. All right, so, it's all good, though, folks. It's all good. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Don't go away, folks. I shall return in 2 minutes.
Eastland Radio Repertory Theater is looking for you. Do you like old-time radio shows? Do you do voiceovers and want to hone your abilities? Have you ever wanted to try your hand at voice acting? Well, you are in luck because Eastland Radio Repertory Theater is casting voice characters for a play currently in pre-production. For more information, contact Eastland Radio Repertory Theater at eastlandradiotheater@usa.com or simply go to their website at eastlandradiotheater.weebly.com.
The reality underneath the honesty. Live Truth Radio. Live Truth Radio with your host, Brian Lang. LiveTruthRadio.com. Hey, folks, how you doing? You're rocking and rolling today, man. It's the 11th of June, 2015. This is the American Liberty Radio live broadcast right here. Yes, I thought I'd bring you a live show, give you a little teaser of what's coming up in the future for this particular show. Yes. Hey, I got a question for you. Real simple question. Doesn't take a genius to figure this one out. How do you like your friends? I'm just wondering. Do you guys disagree on things? Do you guys look at one another and wish you can pound each other into the dirt and then feel good about it and go buy each other lunch or what? There are friends that do that, by the way. How do you feel about your friends? How do they feel about you? Okay? I never really understood why someone would have a judgment against you or against a friend. I'll put myself in this example because it's happened. People judge me, my friends, judge me because of whatever preconceived idea that they have in their head, whatever reason they have in their head, they judge me for that. They judge me for whatever, thoughts they have. They hear what I have to say, but then they come up with this lame, poor excuse like, you have to be right all the time, and if somebody disagrees with you, you get defensive. Let's look at that logic for a minute, shall we? If someone disagreed with you to the point of judging you for whatever reason that they have, for whatever impression, false impression they may have, would you not defend yourself? Would you not be offended by their judgment and therefore defend yourself in some way? Some people tell me that I don't have to explain myself. Well, when someone judges me falsely, of course I have to explain myself. Wouldn't you? I'm just, it's just, an observation that I have. But I also look at it this way. People then, on the outset of that, as a result of all those preconceived ideas and the judgments, they'll look at you and sarcastically say, oh, well, you have to be right all the time. Really? You're going to go there? You're going to go there? Seriously? I don't get it. I do not get it. the thing that really has set me off these last few days has been comments on a particular post on Facebook. And not that it would matter because it's only an opinion that I had, but this person decided to, to involve themselves. They commented on it, basically, and they interjected a judgment. So, damn right, I'm going to defend myself. And in that, they started to get a little, pardon my French, a little butthurt over it. Okay? And someone else, thank you, Sharon, she knows who she is. I think it was her. I'd have to go back. I'm totally, because I'm thinking of something else. I don't know if it was her or another friend of mine. But they literally said he's only putting out his view and observation to help others see it. And that's basically it. So this person who got all butthurt over whatever comment I made, I think they have a bigger problem than just being, blind to what's going on around them. To being intellectually suppressed in the situations that are going on around them. Now, this brings me to, and I'll go here, this brings me to the Facebook drama. When do we unfriend? Do we have that moment? Is there? I chuckle because I've unfriended and unfollowed plenty of people because, well, they don't interact with me. They just don't. And the interaction is key, right? The interaction, I don't care where you're at, Google Plus, Twitter, whatever it is, Facebook, the interaction is key. You want to know, right? You don't post stuff on Facebook without it, just posting it and not expect a response. You want to interact. But when the interaction gets to the point of somebody getting, totally twisted and butthurt over something you said, do you unfriend them? I had to just yesterday. And I felt so good to do that. Because this person didn't understand the simplicity of what I was saying. And showing what was there. In other words, hey, folks, you're at a four-way stop. The light is green. You get to go, right? Hey, you don't sit there and wait for it to turn another shade of green. It's green. You go, right? Simple, right? 1 + 1 = 2 in my book. But when do you get to that point? When do you get to that point when that interaction becomes so strenuous that you just go, you know what, I'm just going to unfriend you because you just don't, you don't get the clue. You don't get the simplistic concept of what I'm trying to say here. You just walk away. And like, I just got a message in the chat room here on Spreaker. You just change the subject. You move on. You go. And with me, it's like, okay, here's what I do. And okay, you don't get it. I'm just walking away. Because I don't have time to stress over somebody else's ignorance. Really, I don't. I just don't. If that sounded arrogant or conceited, I don't mean it to, but I just don't. I don't. It's pointless. So when do you unfriend someone? That's going to be up to you and how you treat the situation. But it's to the point where when you get to that, when that drama is so overwhelming, and you get to that point of just like, wait a minute, This person is totally and absolutely clueless. And their minds are not open enough to be inquisitive enough to ask questions and to learn. They just want to slam me, personally, for whatever it is I say. Okay? So that whole issue is something that is more, it can be personal to you, it can be objective to you, it can be subjective to you. However you want to deal with that type of situation, that's totally up to you. Me, I just go, you're clueless. I don't have time to waste. Bye. Have a nice day. I don't even change the subject. Because if I can't, not me, but if they can't understand some of the issues that I talk about, it's pointless. What are you going to do? Talk about sports? Talk about something else? Hey, look, no. If the situation warrants, of course, I will change the subject. If they, go off on some other tangent on some other subject, I mean, that's, I'm good with that. I'll, okay, well, you don't want to talk about it. All right. But I don't initiate the subject change. I just, I walk away. You guys know what I talk about. Yes, I talk about other things like, entertainment and sports and stuff like that. That's fine. We can have an hour-long discussion as to, this whole entertainment business, But I don't know. I get deep into what's actually going on. Hey, folks, 4-way stop, light green, you go. Pretty much as simple as that. And I get down and I show the facts of what I'm talking about. And I get bashed for that? Seriously? Yeah, I plan on cleaning out my friends list. Yeah, starting today. You don't interact with me for 6 months. You haven't interacted me for over that long or longer. You're gone. No exceptions. No. It's you interact with me. Just don't put stuff on my page and just leave it. You know what I'm saying? That, to me, is not interaction with me. Interaction is, hey, here's my subject, or you have a subject. I interact with you. You interact with me. We respond. Yada, yada. Have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? That is what I'm talking about. If you haven't done that within the last 6 months to a year, you're gone. No exceptions. I don't have time to waste. I got to get word out that stuff's about ready to hit the fan, and I'm trying to help people, encourage people to look this stuff up, examine it themselves, and help them understand that whatever decisions they make are their decisions. That's all I'm doing, folks. I'm letting you know who's behind the curtain, pushing the buttons and pulling the handles. And people are bashing me for that? People are criticizing me for that? Yeah. Who's the one that's out of their minds? Let's see. So anyway, yeah, God. Anyway. Yeah, Open Thinking Dude podcast. Go check that out. It's on Spreaker.com. I don't know where else. You got a website anybody can go to? He's in my Spreaker chat. So I agree with you, man. It's like some of the things I say fall on deaf ears. People are just like, ah! Oh, here's the lame excuse I hear all the time. I don't want to hear that stuff because it's going to ruin my day. Folks, if the government is involved in your life in some indirect, direct, silent, backdoor way, your day is already ruined, okay? Just saying. Just putting it out there. I'm going to take a break. It's the 20-minute mark. So, if there's anything that you want to send me, clips, anything, your shows, websites, whatever, American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Again, folks, this is only going to be an hour show. I usually do 2 hours in the afternoon, but I thought I'd surprise you. Anyway, talk to you in a bit. Be right back in a few minutes.
Broadcasting from behind enemy lines in FEMA Region 9. Sharing the truth one fact at a time without all the BS. This is the American Liberty Radio Network.
Eastland Radio Repertory Theater is looking for you. Do you like old-time radio shows? Do you do voiceovers and want to hone your abilities? Have you ever wanted to try your hand at voice acting? Well, you are in luck because Eastland Radio Repertory Theater is casting voice characters for a play currently in pre-production. For more information, contact Eastland Radio Repertory Theater at eastlandradiotheater@usa.com or simply go to their website at eastlandradiotheater.weebly.com.
KrisAnne Hall, Liberty's lobbyist. Listen to the KrisAnne Hall Show. For more information, go to krisannehall.com. That's KrisAnnehall.com. krisannehall.com. Hey, folks. How are you? The 11th of June, 2015. This is the American Liberty Radio Network. This is American Liberty Radio Live. Yes. Hey, I do voiceover work, as you can tell from the promos. If you got something that you need done and you need a voice, hire me. I need the work. I'm just kidding. I'm letting you know, folks. I'm available. Okay? Just letting you know. Just send me a synopsis of what you want. Send me a script. Hey, I'm good. You got to pay me, though. But, hey, Anywho, email me at AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com for more information. AmericanLibertyRadio@USA.com. Yeah, I'm reasonable, folks. I'm not gonna break your advertising budget. So if you want to advertise also on the American Liberty Radio Network, you can do that. Yeah, I'm not out to shaft you or anything, and it's pretty cheap. Try going to actual terrestrial radio or satellite radio and looking at advertising prices. Nowhere near that, folks. Okay. I'm not out to break your budget. I'm out to give you, the best that I can give you and a little more avenues for your product or service. So, you want to advertise? Please do, to help you and I out. So that would be great. American Liberty Radio @USA.com. Put in the subject line advertisement or advertise, and we'll talk. We'll work something out. American Liberty Radio @USA.com. So, there we go. Get that out of the way. So, yeah, folks, what in the world is going on? I mean, here we are. We're God. I don't know. I mean, it's when you look at the state-run media, you look at the news, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, and all that, you look at that and you're going, what? Folks, the world has completely gone insane. Okay? Today is Thursday, the 11th of June, 2015. In Austria right now, there's a group of people that are running your lives, that are planning to do more in terms of running your life. It's called the Bilderberg Group. They're meeting in Austria right now. Infowars.com is there. A few other people are there. Let me encourage you to go look them up. The Bilderberg Group, okay? Started in 1954, formed in 1954 by Bernard. A Nazi. 1954, yeah. In Bilderberg Hotel in Switzerland. Okay? Kind of an interesting little side note here, folks. In 1947, the Rockefellers donated a piece of land in Manhattan We call that, and they built this huge building on the land. We call that United Nations. That was after the group of people that were known as the League of Nations decided, we need to do a little more. Okay? So they did. And so the rest is history. So it's kind of interesting that in 1954, this group of people got together and decided, how are we going to manipulate the markets, subjugate people? How are we going to do this? Well, they planned it out and they figured it out, folks. All because, let's go back a few years. All because of the Act of 1871, which corporatized the United States of America in this little piece of land we call Washington, D.C. Washington, D.C. and the corporate heads that run that little piece of land with those bought and paid for offices in the White House own that 10-mile square piece of land and nothing else. So the BLM is a contracted organization, company with the Department of Interior, and therefore manages your land for you, which I'm sure you're smart enough to manage your own land, right? No, they don't think so. 2 words, Bundy Ranch. That's only about 8.5 to 9 hours away from me where I'm at. And let me tell you something. It's happening all over the United States. Stuff in Utah, stuff in Oklahoma, stuff in Texas, same thing that happened at Bundy Ranch is happening elsewhere. Happened at a mining company in Oregon. The militia had to go there to protect this mining operation and the owner of the land from BLM. You see what's happening here, folks? By the way, if you're a homeowner, you own the home, but you don't own the land underneath of it. What? Why do you think you pay property tax every year? You're renting that land from the federal government. Has that sunk into you as of yet? Well, it's good for the streets and the schools and everything else, and we have to pay our taxes because it's our duty. No, it's illegal. Less than half of the United States ratified that little piece in the Constitution. The 16th Amendment, I think, is what it is. It did not get a full majority vote. It is illegal. Show me the documents that prove it's legal. Show me the documents from the Constitution, from the notes in Congress at the time that thing passed, and then tell me it's legal. It's illegal, folks. It's nothing but, get this, corporate theft. Because Washington, D.C. is a corporation. Go look that one up. Yeah. You don't think so? Think again, folks. You're being deceived and duped into believing everything in a way, basically without going into a whole detail here, because I'm going to go to break at the bottom of the hour here in about 20 seconds. You're being skull plugged. Okay? You're being duped into believing everything that the state-run media is telling you. Thank you, George Soros and Media Matters. I shall, don't get me started. I shall return. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com.
this is Frank Hannon. I want to tell you about an exciting brand new rock and roll album coming out this year by guitarist Greg Golden. Greg Golden's new album is some old school sounding rock and roll music that's sure to be a classic, featuring some killer songs, blazing guitar solos, and awesome lead vocals by Jeff Sandoval and Randy Scholes from Montrose.
Far away, so far away, for peace inside the always pray.
Take a listen to some of these songs on this album.
Old school rock and roll, got the music in my soul. Old school rock and roll, everybody gonna lose control. Maybe crazy, but I ain't no fool. I live my life by the golden rule from the old school. Yeah, of rock and roll. Woo! Won't see it coming, but it's coming fast. That girl just does what she please, like a bad winner, baby. Cool on in and take you down. A bad winner, baby. No safe haven where she's found. Turn on the radio. Just time to make the show. Get on your dancing shoes. They're getting rave reviews. No other place to go. We're going back to Reno. Burning hearts, tears, and flames in the rain. Burning hearts, tears, and flames in the rain.
Be sure to check out the new Greg Golden album coming out on Red Hawk Records this year. www.greggoldenband.com.
This is the American Liberty Radio Network. Contact us at americanlibertyradio@usa.com or go to our website at americanlibertyradio.weebly.com. Hey, folks, welcome back. This is the American Liberty Radio Live. Yes. Hey, folks, check out Greg Golden Band at greggoldenband.com. He's a local boy here in Reno, Nevada. Yes. Awesome guitar player. He also owns Bizarre Guitar here in Reno. So, yes, awesome dude. Check him out. Anyway. Anywho, folks. Holy mackerel. I'm just, have you ever just walked around somewhere? Let's say you go to the mall, you go to the ball game, you go to something. Have you ever just stood there and went, holy crap? You know, it's just like stuff is so just happening all over the place. Have you ever just stopped and wondered why stuff is happening the way that it does? You know? It's like, it's just, you know, you just sit there and you're like, wow. You know, it's weird. I don't know. I'm weird. It's okay. It's okay to be weird. It's fine. So let me get into this in this segment. This is a short segment. Don't have that much time. So let me get into this. 450 more troops were sent to Iraq. Why? My opinion is this. Takeover? That's all I can think of. Just a massive takeover. We've screwed the country up, every which way but Sunday. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just we've gone in there. We're not supposed to be in there, folks. That's the bottom line. We're not supposed to be there. Okay. Thank you, President Bush. I'm just saying, we got a country that has to be protected by domestic enemies that we have, okay? What the hell is the military doing in other countries fighting civil wars of those countries? Bring them home. Jeez, I'm just saying. Here's another little piece of information I found, a little side note. Well, not side note. Let me steer you into this area. From Yahoo News, under parenting. Go check this out. Yahoo News, under parenting. Police shut down girls' lemonade stand for ridiculous reason. Sisters who set up a lemonade stand to fund a Father's Day gift on Monday were shut down by the police due to a lack of permit. We heard a lot of that last year, right? This was posted yesterday. They set up a lemonade stand. These two sisters set up a lemonade stand to raise $105 they needed for tickets to the Texas water park Splash Kingdom. They were selling lemonade at 50 cents and a kettle corn for $1 on their street in the town in Overton. This is in Texas, folks. But an hour after opening, police showed up and told the girls they needed a permit to sell the lemonade. Police agreed to waive the fee of the permit, which normally would cost $150. The officer told them they had to go to the city hall to get a permit. Overton Police Chief Clyde Carter tells Yahoo Parenting, quote, then the city told them they had to check with the health department, which they didn't do, unquote. According to Texas law, the sale of food that requires temperature control to prevent spoiling is illegal without a permit. Quote, it's because of bacteria that can grow in the lemonade, unquote. Carter says, quote, the popcorn they were selling was perfectly legal, unquote. Okay. Now it also goes on to say this. On Facebook, Evans, that would be the... let me go look here. Sandy Evans, the girl's mom, on Facebook, she said, quote, the police department was very nice to us and provided us with the correct paperwork to get a lemonade selling permit, unquote. She said, quote, this is unreal. It's just lemonade. I almost feel slapped in the face as a return for the effort my family puts into our community, unquote. Instead of pursuing the permit, the girls will set up a newsstand this Saturday, according to KLN TV. Free lemonade, donations welcome. It's stupid, folks. Stupid. Okay. Open Thinking Dude podcast. Hey, have a great day, guy. Have an awesome day. How's that? There you go. Anyway, it's so stupid to have kids who want to do this for their father and to venture into entrepreneurship get shafted by the city. I'm just saying. That's my opinion. Okay. Gonna take another little, my last break of the day on this particular on this particular show. I usually have a podcast, so more coming up. Can we just knock off the insanity in this, in this country? Maybe not. I don't know. So, hey, folks, I'll be back. Don't go away. I shall return. I'll return. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Waking Up the Masses on Truth Frequency Radio, hosted by Robert Bruce. Monday through Thursday, 1 p.m. to 3 p.m. Eastern. TruthFrequencyRadio.com. Chris Ann Hall, Liberty's lobbyist. Listen to the Chris Ann Hall Show. For more information, go to chrisannhall.com. That's KrisAnnehall.com. chrisannhall.com. The reality underneath the honesty. Live Truth Radio. Live Truth Radio with your host, Brian Lang. LiveTruthRadio.com.
Listen to The BK Factor live every Monday through Friday, 9 to 11 a.m. Pacific Time on WNLMradio.com.
The best in independent books, films, and music. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz promotes and plays original indie music from all around the world. If you've got the internet, you can be heard. Radio Rock 92.6 The Blitz. Go to radiorocktheblitz.blogspot.com. Hey, folks, how you doing? My God. The insanity never ends. Hey, if you do voiceovers and want to be a part of radio plays, yeah, remember those old-time radio plays? You can still get them, by the way. Just look up OTR, old-time radio. It's really, really cool. I'm a big fan. So that's why I write a lot of radio plays. I've got 2 in the works. I've got a lot of ideas coming up. I need extra writers, by the way. But if you want to supply your voice to some of the characters I've written, hey, send your audition clip to me. Yes, I do other things other than this show. Yeah, I'm a diverse individual. Okay. Send your audition clips to Eastland Radio Theater at USA.com. Eastland Radio Theater at USA.com. Yeah, you'll have fun, I'm sure. So anyway, yeah, it's fun. It's I've been an actor for many, many years. I've been on stage. I've done productions, and it is fun. I like it. Some people think it's, oh man, it's a lot of work. I like it. I don't know. I guess I'm strange in that regard. I don't know. What do we got here, folks? What's up with this Jade Helm 15 stuff, and why do people think there's nothing to it? Kind of curious. You know, I'm I'm really, really curious. And I want to know what you think about this. So go to American Liberty Radio Network on Facebook and post your concerns and comments there. American Liberty Radio Network on Facebook. And I want to know, why is it people think that there's nothing to this? Is it because they seem to think that all these people who are like me, they would consider conspiracy theorists? Maybe it's because they think that the military is going to do whatever it is they're going to do to protect us, and they're not after us or our guns or anything of that nature. Folks, let me give you a reality check that won't bounce. The key issue here is Obama. The second issue is executive orders. that he has signed, that he has implemented. Also, executive actions that he has taken without the approval of Congress. And the fact that we have foreign military already on our soil. And you can go look this up at Infowars.com or just look up Fort A.P. Hill exercises. You'll find some Infowars information there as well. All these things have been planned out. Now, I'm not kidding you, folks. This is not a conspiracy theory. It's fact. So any of those people who I know who bash me, who really think that, oh, Wayne has to be right all the time. No, I don't. Hell, folks, I hope I'm wrong about most stuff. But when I look at the evidence staring me in the face, that supports the facts that I know. So these people bashing me are, well, I feel sorry for them. Because they don't have the insight, the knowledge, the understanding, nor can they interpret what they see in the right fashion to simply see the problems. In other words, folks, 1 + 1 = 2. A green light at a four-way stop means you get to go. Yeah, don't wait for it to turn another shade of green. You get to go. Hello, there you go. That's simple as that, folks. Jade Helm 15. Insiders and whistleblowers have already said it is for martial law. Particular radio hosts that I know will say it's not. I don't care what your little insider says. I'm speaking to those radio hosts. They're lying to you. Much like that, you saw that a couple of weeks ago where that general was on I think ABC News or something like that came out and said, this is we're training these people for, urban environments in other countries to help out. Yeah. Don't blow smoke up my rear end. It's not gonna work. Because everything leading up to what that person said does not clarify what that person said. It only gives more evidence to the fact that this Jade Helm 15 situation, these issues, and all of the quote-unquote exercises and drills they're against the American people. Therefore, the confiscation of guns. Hello, folks, let me take you back in history, shall I? 1933, 1934, 1935, Hitler was reigning as Chancellor of Germany. And guess what he did? He told people to register their guns for apparently, the war effort. What did he do after that? Let's see. Can you say confiscation? Folks, this is what's happening right now. We have a Second Amendment in this country prior to 1871, folks. We have a Second Amendment. That is our license to carry a weapon, no matter what it is or what caliber it is. We have a Second Amendment, period. We don't need to go get permission from the federal government, the state, the county, or the city to carry our weapon, period. Common sense says don't carry it into a bank or a casino. Or any place that has a sign that says you cannot carry a gun in here. Common sense and logic would state that, wouldn't it? So these radio hosts that are bashing me because, I've got all this information or enough information to prove to myself that Jade Helm is for gun confiscation and the takeover and martial law of the United States of America. So these other radio hosts need to understand one very important factor. You're full of crap. Oh, I'll listen to the people that you want to interview. I'll listen to your so-called insiders. I'll listen to to those people you want to talk to. I'll listen to them because I want to hear what they have to say. Literally, I'm genuine in that. I want to hear what they have to say. And then I'll back it up with the evidence that I have. And if it doesn't match up, you're full of crap. Okay? That's just the way it is. Mama didn't raise no fool, and Grandma taught me better. Quote unquote, don't talk about things you don't understand. There you go. Simple as that. 1 + 1 = 2. Right? So I'm just laying it out there, folks. I'm putting it out there. I'm laying it out there. Here it is on the table of debate. Here's the information. I encourage you to go look it up yourself. Please do. Oh, and by the way, I could be wrong about a few things. I'm okay with that. And I'll be in line. I'll be the first in line to admit when I am wrong, because I do have the backbone to do that. I do have the gonads to be able to stand up and say, you know what? I was wrong. You know why I do that? Because I don't know everything, folks. Okay. But to a particular radio host, I direct this next statement. If you're going to continue to look at a situation and tell others, well, let me give you a metaphor. Just look at that stoplight. Don't look at anything else. Don't look at any other, person on the street or the field behind that light or the building over here. No. Just look at that stoplight. Don't look at anything else, because it doesn't matter. Just look at that stoplight. That's a metaphor, folks. If you are one to only see one thing and you're going to take it as the truth without investigating it and researching it, and then tell me that, oh, you've got an insider that you're going to interview and they're going to, tell you exactly what this Jade Helm 15 is all about. Yeah, I'll listen to them. I'll listen to the interview. I'll hear what people have to say. But like I said, if it doesn't match up with the evidence that I have proving otherwise, you're full of crap. Okay? I'm just putting it out there to that radio host. So let me also say this. Again, let me reiterate this. I could be wrong, because I don't know everything. I'm okay with that. Are you? So if I'm only going to, now back to me, if I'm only going to look at one thing and say, oh, I'm taking that as the gospel and that's it, without even questioning it or researching it or finding out why that's the situation or the issue, I'm not a very good researcher then, am I? Then whatever quote unquote truth that I am getting out to people isn't vetted to the point of being classified as truth, is it? But I look at everything. Since Carter was president, I've researched this stuff intently with so much intense scrutiny that I know for a fact, and it was confirmed to me, that Reagan was a socialist running under the Republican banner. We had 5 presidents like that throughout our country. Now, when you look at people like Reagan, at Clinton, at G.H.W. Bush, King Bush the first, as I like to refer to him as, and you look at You know, you look at Reagan, you look at Bush, you look at Clinton, you look at Bush, you look at Obama, you look at all these people. You look at Nixon, you look at Ford, you look at Carter. I've verified beyond verification that the evidence that I have proving that they are nothing but puppets, that they were handpicked to be the president, was correct. Everything that led up to that, every piece of information I had led to that verification. Now, here's the other thing. Congress is nothing but a board of directors in this corporation we call the United States of America Incorporated. Why do you think 95, I might be a little over on that one, 95% of all congressmen and women are attorneys? Why do you think that is? Real simple. You need people to create laws they can get away with. Oh, now let's not talk about that. We have a lot of good people up there like, Ted Cruz and Rand Paul and all. No, they're handpicked, folks. Your politicians are bought and paid for from day one. There is so much evidence against Barack Obama that it's a wonder the Provost Marshal of the United States of America hasn't taken his men into the White House and arrested his ass. Okay? I don't know. I saw a headline saying that the United States will have a military leadership soon. I don't want that, neither do you. Do you know what that means? That the United States Constitution and the Bill of Rights will be no more. Try to wrap your mind around that one, folks. Try to scale that wall of incredible evidence to try and debunk it. To that one particular radio host out there, let me say this. You better get all your ducks in a row, because sooner or later someone's going to come along and pick them off one by one. I'm just saying. I'm just putting it out there. There it is. It's on the table of debate. Let's talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Folks, it's only an hour show. I just wanted to touch those 4 issues, okay, that I talked about today. But the American Liberty Radio Live will be next Wednesday at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern. And you can check it out on AmericanLibertyRadio.wix.com/ALR network. That's going to change too, folks. So stay tuned. I'll tell you more about that. You can be a part of this network if you want. You can advertise on the network. I'm not out to break your advertising budget. Please contact me and we'll work something out. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. American Liberty Radio at USA.com. Check out the Wayne S. Pierce Show podcasts every day. I'm about ready to do one after this show, so hey, check it out at AmericanLibertyRadio.weebly.com. Check things out, folks, and just research them as deeply as you possibly can. And if you think you got to a dead end and have more questions, keep digging. You'll find the answers, believe me. They're all there, folks. It's staring you in the face. And if it seems too simple for you, well, I don't know, okay? I don't know, folks. I'm going to get out of here. Liberty is the road, and freedom is the goal. Talk to you later, folks.